Clover raised her head. No, that's impossible! Suddenly she was shouting. Yeah, my brother's blind, but he's got really great hearing. He can get around... that too. Hearing's also a thing. He can get around as well as anyone who can see. So he couldn't get lost. That's impossible. Clover had started to shake, and the knuckles of her hands had gone white. If I were you, I'd be in denial and hoping he got lost, because if he's not lost, what the hell does that mean? She spun around, but before she did, Junpei noticed tears welling up in her eyes. Oh, you know what? You know what? If Snake was to end up dead, that would turn all the red herrings I had seen so far into realities. Because, like, seriously, I mean, I've been saying that all this time. It's pointing towards Snake. It's pointing towards Snake. So if he was to end up dead, then, like, that would, you know, the floodgates would open. Like, everyone else would, for starters, become suspicious of one another. But also, myself, as the player, he was easily the most suspicious person. So, that makes things a lot, well, more exciting, for one thing. Not that I'm saying I want Snake dead. I really do enjoy his character so far, and I like his voice, but, using that Edgeworth voice. But if that were to happen, that would definitely move the plot along. I'm gonna go look for him. The words were barely out of her mouth when she began to run. Hey! Hold on, Clover, wait! Junpei cried out to her, but he was too slow. You're too slow. You should go with her. Someone should. You should be in pairs. So that, you know, no one else gets lost and or dies. She kept going, and before anyone else could react, she was gone. Damn it! What should we do now? Well, the red is working now. Oh no, oh no. If 6 of us, even if the 6 of us split up into 2 groups of 3, we're leaving those 2 to have nowhere to go. I guess it's possible Snake's found some sort of hidden passageway, knowing him, especially with the fact that he has to feel around for everything, so it's more likely he'd bump into something like that than one of us. But, even if that's the case, like, we don't know that, so, like, we'd be leaving them stranded here. Then again, like, what we really need to do is split into 2 groups of 4. So, still though, if we can't find them soon, if we can't find Snake soon, then, I mean, I don't know, and we can't exactly convince Clover to leave him behind, so we're not leaving 2 people behind. Well, yeah, there's that. We should go look for them. Aw, man, this ain't good. Oh, yes, what an excellent idea. We just wasted a bunch of time looking for some piece of electronic junk. Now let's waste some more by looking for a couple of idiots. How insensitive, but, whatever. Yeah, we're in a really bad predicament right now, because, I mean, morally speaking, we really shouldn't leave them behind. But logically speaking, I mean, we might all end up dead if we don't act now. So, I don't really know what call I'd make in a situation like this. It's one of those in-the-moment kind of things. But, so I'm just going to let the story progress. Unless it forces me to make a decision, in which case, fuck you, game. Then remain here if you feel you must. But there's no time. Only 5 hours left. Junpei and the others nodded to one another and took off at a run. In front of the stairs that led to B deck, they decided to split up. More splitting up. They quickly assigned search areas and went their separate ways. Soon only 2 of them were left. Of course it's Junpei and June. The ones with the tension, the sexual tension, who had been a few steps behind the others. Alright, we should go too. Yeah, let's go. But where should we start? Let's see. Fuck you, game! The casino, B deck. The first class cabin, B deck. The hallway with all the rooms, C deck. Back to the large hospital room, C deck. Oh my gosh, why are you making me make this choice? I'm gonna drink a water. Last time we only had 2 choices, now we have 4? When in doubt, go with C. Which C? No, I'm not going back to the large hospital room. The casino, don't think I've been there yet. The first class cabin. The hallway with all the rooms. Didn't we all search the hallway with all the rooms? That might take, I feel like that'd be too time consuming. The first class cabin, the casino. You know what? I like the idea of being in a casino, and whatever. Then again, Snake, first class cabin, it's possible, but we also have to wonder where'd Clover go, and that's harder to think of, because we have to think of two mindsets here. Like, where would Snake go, but then where would Clover go, thinking of where Snake might have gone. Like, that's hard to say. It's possible they went to two entirely different places. The casino. How about the casino on B-Deck? Okay, sounds good. They took off up the stairs at a run. I really hope making these decisions isn't fucking killing people. Like, oh, if you want Snake to live, you have to go with his group. Oops. Before they knew it, they were there. So was Lotus. She was leaning against the wall, examining her nails. Really, Lotus? Really? We have to be with you again? How many other people are there? Well, let's see. There's, well, there's 4 other people, yeah, aside from Snake and... Well, no, there's not. Yes, there is. No, there's not. Yes, there is. Yes, there's 8 people, 2 of them are missing, so there's 4 other people, so each way had 1 person, which means we're getting more Lotus! Hooray, Lotus! I'm still kind of undecided on whether I like her that much or not. Hey, what do you think you're doing? She glanced up at him, unimpressed. Isn't it obvious? I'm looking for Snake. Oh yeah, sure you are. I'm just not seeing it. Really? Maybe she's actually really observant and she's just looking around all over the place without moving. Maybe she's like more clever than anyone else can think. Maybe you need to look harder. Junpei didn't think that was the problem. Oh, by the way, I've got a proposal for you two. Care to hear it? What? I get engaged? Listen to what she has to say. Refuse and leave? Sure. God damn it, more options. Sure. I'm not rude, like you. What is it? Well, I don't like to beat around the bush, so I'll get right to it. Why don't we team up? Team up? Yeah. What, you need me to explain it to you? I'm just gonna do a quick calculation in my head. You're 8, June is 6, right? January, February, March, April, May, June. Yes, that is what she is. And I'm 5. 5 plus 6 is 11. 11 plus 8 is 19. 1 plus 9 is 10. So we'd be a 1, which means we wouldn't be able to break out through the 9th door anyways. But, go on. I'm saying, why don't we go through a numbered door? How would we even do that? We'd need to go through a 1. We would need, like, for starters, we'd need, like, Snake, the number 2, to go through a numbered door, to make a 3, or we would need, 7 to go through the 8th door. But, for starters, if we were to get Snake, we'd actually have to find him. And if we were to get 7... But this is what we're against! Anyways. Even if we wanted to, that's impossible. Why? Jumpy's bracelet number is 5, mine is 6, and yours is 8. This is what I was getting at. Our digital root will be 1. 5 plus 6 plus 8 equals 19. 1 plus 9 equals 10. 1 plus 0 equals 1. There's no number 1 door in the large hospital room. Unless she found one while she was looking in the other rooms. It's possible. The only doors there are 3, 7, and 8. Then we add another person. Huh? It's either Snake, who we don't know the location of, or 7. Who? What, isn't that easy? 7. She was right. If they added 7, 5 plus 6 plus 8 plus 7 equals 26, 2 plus 6 equals 8. Then the 4 of them could go through the number 8 door. But... well, hold on a second. What about the other 4? Why don't you add them up? Well, okay, fine. Snake is 2, Clover's 4, that means you add them together, you get 6. Santa is 3, which means you get 9. And then you add, wait, what? Okay, yeah. Snake is 2, Clover's 4, which means you get 6. Santa's 3, which means you get 9. And then Ace would be the last one, right? Ace, Snake, Santa, and Clover, and then 5, 6, 7, and 8? Yeah. So, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 is 10, which equals 1, which means they wouldn't be able to go through. That was simple enough. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. I didn't even realize that until just now. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Equals 10, 1 plus 0 equals 1. The digital root for those 4 would be 1. And besides, even if we were to leave the 4 of them behind, which I don't think I want to do, we'd have to, like, we couldn't get through the 9 door as things are. Like, how could we potentially get through the 9 door? I'm just trying to think. 5 plus 6 is 11. 11 plus 7 is 18. 1 plus 8 is 9. We could totally ditch you. That's how we could get through the 9 door. But, yeah, I'm not in the mood for doing either of those things. Like, I'm not gonna go through there just to spite you, because that would be hurting everyone else. That's right. And you know the number 1 door isn't in the big hospital room, right? Of course I know that. No, are you saying you'd leave them behind? Of course not. What kind of a woman do you think I am? Once we get off the ship, we could come back and rescue them, couldn't we? Well, that's possible, but it's also possible once some of us get out that, you know, like the ship blows up or something. Like, what if we don't have enough time to go back? Then we wouldn't really be leaving them behind. Don't try to lie to us. Besides, there'd be no way to make the number 9 with you in our group. We'd have to ditch you, and then just the 3 of us get out, so this isn't really a smart plan on your end. I don't think you'd do anything of the sort. Really? Why do you think that? You remember, don't you? We have less than 5 hours left. Even if we manage to escape, there's no way we could come back to rescue them in less than 5 hours. Well, you never know until you try. Yeah, because you're definitely one for trying. No. You're not thinking this through. Even if we brought 7 with us, we wouldn't be able to get off the ship. The 4 of us couldn't open door 9. We could only open door 9 if we ditched you. Specifically, if we ditched you. It is hidden, but an exit can be found. Seek a way out. I mean, you're trying to be devious, but at the same time, you're being devious in the wrong fashion. Like, heck, even if we took Snake, it wouldn't really work out, I don't think. Yeah, there's no possible combination there, I don't think. Unless I'm not seeing it right now. Seek a door that carries a 9. Yeah, that's right. The digital root for us 4 would be 8, so we'd have to add Ace to make 9. And we couldn't exactly get him while we're through the door. Right. Unless we bring Ace too, we'll be stuck. Lotus scratched the back of her ear. Oh, Didn't think that through, did you? Well, that's unfortunate. She didn't sound particularly bothered by what Junpei said. Nor did she seem particularly surprised. Unless you know something we don't. Or maybe you're trying to see how gullible we are? Or, I don't know. There's something up with you. You're starting to seem suspicious. Let's try and find another way, okay? A way to get out of here with all 8 of us. That's impossible. Are you being serious? You do know that only 5 people, at most, can go through one of the numbered doors, right? The number 9 isn't going to be an exception to that rule. Regardless, at least 3 people will get left behind. You're right, that is true. The moment he said it, Junpei felt a chill run down his spine. It was true. Ouch. How Lotus could remain calm about so terrifying a prospect was beyond him. Why use a funky word like whatever that is? Just say calm. Damn it, game, stop trying to be sophisticated, because I'm not. When they found the number 9, they would have to choose which 3 of them would die. So what do you think about it? Now or then? Do you try to wait until hopefully other people get killed off? Like, because when we went through those 2 doors, we met back up again. We gotta assume if we go through more doors, we'll meet back up again. So we've gotta switch around our number pool to try and make like a 7 and an 8, or a 3 or 7, or a 3 and an 8. I could do that right now, but, well, sure, let me think about it. Ah, no, I'm not gonna bother. We don't have all 8 of us with us right now anyways. That is true. Lotus's forehead furrowed. Do you think I could have a moment alone? There's some things I need to think about. Oh, like who you want to get off the ship with? Like the possible combinations? Junpei and June turned and began walking away from Lotus. Talking to her had left them feeling ill. Junpei's heart felt heavy and his steps sluggish. But he told himself pessimism would get them nowhere. So he forced himself to smile and turned to June. So we didn't even examine the casino? Oh, it's gonna be the fun place. Aww. Let's just focus on finding Snake for now, okay? Yeah, you're right. We can think about those other things later. Junpei nodded. That's kind of running away from the problem, but then again, I guess Snake is a bigger problem. Alright, where should we go next? Oh boy! More options. Are we gonna go through all of these? I don't know. And then maybe Snake will just show up, or has one of them the right path, and these others are optional that may or may not change something in the future? I don't know. I'm not gonna go back to the large hospital room, that's for sure. First class cabin. Let's just do these in order. Let's go take a look at the first class cabin. It's really close. They turned around and took off down the hallway to their left. Outside of the first class cabin, they found Clover. She was standing in front of the wall. Oh, hey, Clover. So there's not 4. So there's 5 of us. But yeah, 5 of us aside from us 2, which means there's got to be 2 people together somewhere. She was staring at a meaningless point on the wall, her eyes blank. You're not even looking. What should Junpei do? Talk to her? Leave her alone? Talk to her, for sure. Are you alright? He did his best to sound friendly, but Clover didn't respond. Look, I know you're really worried, but, here's a good look, Clover. He could think of no words to say that didn't sound hollow and fake. Oh, that's fun. Junpei hesitated. Well, there's the big argument. If you can only think of hollow and fake words, do you say them and try to sound genuine? Or do you not say anything? Like, and then maybe have them get upset because you didn't even bother trying? Clover was so consumed by worry and fear that Junpei feared it would crush her. Fear of the fear that would be fearful. Her actions didn't surprise him. She had suddenly lost her brother, who she seemed to have been very close to. Lone. Her voice was thin and barely audible. Pardon? Lone. Is that his name? Or are you, like, saying alone and then leaving off the A? Lone. I said leave me alone! Oh, okay. There we go. You were leaving off the leave me up. Suddenly she was screaming. You're so annoying, just go away and leave me alone! Look, we're just trying to help find your brother. You don't have to be so... No, she's a kid. At least I think she's a kid. You never know with anime ages. So we should try and find her brother. He's probably her moral compass anyways. Just looking at you guys is pissing me off. Really now? You know, you've got kind of an attitude, little girl. Go away, okay? Just go. Somewhere else. Stop bothering me. Are all the females here bitches? Bitches are crazy, because June is kind of out there too. Junpei was taken aback. Such anger and hate. June's eyes had gone wide with surprise as well. Why are you still here? Didn't you hear me? I don't have to break out the April voice, do you? The April crazy voice. For you do I. I said do you. For you do I. Fine, forget it. If you aren't gonna leave, then I'll just... Alright. Let's go, June. Yeah. Jeez, crazy little girl. They turned and left Clover. As they did, Junpei glanced back over his shoulder to see Clover wiping tears from her face. That's one way to deal with your anger, taking it on other people. I'm not sure how young she is, but the older she is, the more that pissed me off. So I'm gonna pretend she's really young and that she can get away with doing it. Clover had driven home the misery of their situation, but Junpei told himself that getting depressed would get him nowhere but depressed. For Clover's sake, they had to find Snake and fast. And, for Snake's sake. Assuming he's not dead and not lost. Well, assuming he's lost. I don't know. Assuming he's not dead, but possibly injured or something, or I don't know. He did his best to push away the misery and depression and forced a smile. So where do you think we should go next? Wait, what? Now we can go back to the casino? Maybe he's in the hallway with all the rooms. Like, my gut told me go see, but that's just the gut thing that I always have. I'm not going back to the large hospital room. I kind of want to examine the casino, but I guess if there's anywhere he disappeared to, it's probably the hallway? Let's check it out. Let's see who's there. We've already been in the casino. Hey, why don't we go back to C-Deck? We can take a look at the hallway with all the rooms. Okay, let's get going then. Together they ran down the stairs. Maybe I should check the map. I don't know. I'll check all the 4 places, and if there's still nothing, then I don't know. Further down the hallway, they spotted Ace. Hey! Snake! Where are you? Answer me if you're there! Junpei paused. What did he want to do? God damn it, stop giving me all these choices! Run to Ace? Let Ace handle it? I've been doing all of the things. This is the only thing aside from go back to the hospital room. Run to Ace. Is the first option always wrong or something? It seems like it's always wrong. With June in tow, Junpei jogged up to Ace. Hearing their footsteps, he turned to greet them. Ah, hello there. Snake is, well, that's obvious, isn't it? I assume you haven't found him yet either. Junpei nodded. I really wondered where he could have gone. Well, wherever he's disappeared to, we must find him as quickly as we can for Clover's sake, and for our own. Because we gotta stop wasting time. Why is June getting all blushy? June's face looked kinda enraptured. Unless you got the hots for him too. You some kind of whore? By the way, do you think Clover and Snake are really siblings? What? Why would you say that? Yeah, why would you say that? Why would you say that? The question seems somehow odd to Junpei. I mean, okay, here's the thing. They don't look that similar, but this is an anime, so I can take, well, anime-style game with anime-type characters, so I can kind of take anything. But, still, maybe it's a legitimate question. Why? Well, it's obvious, isn't it? They don't look alike at all. Ace looked at him for a moment and then spoke. Yes, now that you mention it, they don't. Now that you mention it? Maybe they're like foster siblings or something? I don't know. Still, there are a great many siblings who do not look like one another. It certainly isn't rare. Junpei wasn't sure why or even if he was seeing what he thought he was, but he could have sworn that Ace's face tightened as he spoke. Huh. Interesting. You got some kind of thing with siblings going on? Or maybe kids that don't look alike, or adopted kids, or At any rate, we really must find Snake as soon as possible. Everyone's got something to hide, that's for sure. The clock is ticking, we really can't afford to waste any time. Very well, let's get back to the search, shall we? You can leave this area to me. Alright. Let's go, Jumpy. At June's urging, they left. Haven't we been everywhere except back the wrong way? They found themselves back at the stairs, but Junpei's mind was in turmoil. There was so much to think about, but no, it would have to be put aside for now. As Ace had said, finding Snake was their top priority. Junpei did his best to clear his mind. Which means, okay, who does that leave? Seven and Santa, which means they're still back at the place, I guess? Alright, where should we go next? The casino again, the first class cabin again, or back to the large hospital. I'm not going back to the hospital room, that'd be counterproductive. The casino, first class cabin, maybe we can try to cheer up for real this time? We're just kind of going on a goose chase now. Let's go check out the first class cabin. Okay, I'm coming with you. They turned and headed toward B-Deck. Oh boy, maybe now we can like calm her down or something? I don't know. No one was there. Junpei figured they might have more luck somewhere else. But where? Oh my god, are you joking? Okay, let's go back to the casino. How about the casino? Let's go take a look. Am I really just supposed to go back to the hospital room and then something's gonna happen? Because that'd be counterproductive. Oh my gosh. Watch there be no one here too. And us not even bother searching. There was no one there. They had no choice. Junpei and June turned around and headed to a different door. What I was thinking is there might be some secret passage to go in or something. Which they're not even bothering to look for, I guess. Then again, maybe they don't have the time. We've already been to the first class cabin again. So, back to the large hospital? I don't know! We're running out of options. Why don't we go back to the big hospital room? Sure. Let's go. Because there's no one else. It seems like she's being kind of pissed off at this point. And I would be too. Like, we've been running everywhere. They took off at a run down the stairs. Don't trip and fall now. On their way to the large hospital room, Junpei and June noticed Santa standing next to the number 3 door. Does he feel at home with it? Junpei paused. What should Junpei do? Gee, I don't know. Talk to him? Where's 7? We've been everywhere, right? Where'd 7 go? Maybe he found some kind of secret passage that Snake went down. Junpei and June walked up to Santa, whatever, asks, "What are you doing?" "I want story progression." "What, you can't tell?" "I'm checking out the red." "Why, is there something bothering you?" "What's not bothering you?" "Huh?" The guts of this red." "Why wouldn't you wonder who the hell put it back in here?" "Yeah, that's true." "Well, I'm curious too, but who do you think did it?" Santa's eye narrowed as he looked at June. She shook her head. "I don't know." "Well, what about you, Junpei? Who do you think fixed this thing for us?" "Don't give me the choice. Please don't give me the choice." "Oh boy." "Snake. Because we haven't seen him." "Lotus. Because she came here first." "Zero. Because it's Zero. Or someone other than the 8 of them." Okay, here's my thinking. I don't think it's Lotus. As much of a bitch she is, I'm not seeing it. It's possible, but I don't think so. I'm not quite sure who it is. Snake would be the obvious one, but I think that's too obvious. I feel like we're going to get to some point in the game where there's going to be a big plot twist where one of the non-obvious ones turns out to be it. So maybe it's Lotus. I don't know. Snake feels like an obvious one, so I don't think it's him. It's possible, but I doubt it. Lotus? Maybe. Zero? I feel like it's Zero. Like, he did it somehow. I don't know who Zero is, but I think it's Zero. I don't think it's someone... Well, yeah, it might be someone other than the 8 of them. It might be Zero. They might be one and the same. I don't know. Zero. I think it was probably Zero. Why? Isn't that obvious? He's the guy who set this whole thing up. You don't think that should mean the opposite? Seems to me like that means he didn't do it. I mean, who do you think took that stuff out in the first place? Probably Zero. Yeah, exactly. Maybe he put it back in after a... Oh, I guess that's a good point. Oh my god, now I'm getting confused. If Snake did it, why wouldn't he call for others? Oh my god, I don't know. I really don't. Then why the hell would he put them back in after he'd taken them out himself? Then it might have been Lotus. She was here first, and she was talking about getting out. Maybe. It just doesn't make sense. Why do all that work? I don't know how a crazy person thinks. I guess that makes sense. So what happened then? Who put that stuff back in the reds? Junpei furrowed his brow. So in other words, one of us is the person who fixed the red. Santa grinned. Bingo. We have a winner. Well, it might be one and the same, honestly. Possibly. But if that's true and the person who did it doesn't want the rest of us to know, they fixed the red. Yeah. But why? No idea. Maybe if they come clean on that, it means we'd find out something else. Something bad. Something bad? Dunno. But whatever it is, it's gotta be worth hiding. Of course, it could have something to do with Snake's disappearance. You think maybe they did something to Snake? Huh. Okay. Oh my gosh, this is convoluted. So, someone found them and put them back and wasn't going to tell anyone, but maybe Snake saw that person doing it. Maybe then Snake did get killed by this person. Possibly. Well, Snake didn't see them doing it. Maybe not see, but, well, because of course he couldn't see, but he heard someone in here because he was close by, because he has good hearing, so he could tell that someone else was around here, probably. Yeah, possibly. So he came in here, and then they were like, oh shit, someone wasn't supposed to come in here yet. So maybe they killed him and then hid him somewhere. And then he didn't realize that, because I mean he does have good hearing, but he still can't see something, so it would be possible that he could get killed and not scream for help because maybe, you know, he didn't realize he was about to get killed. And then his body got hidden somewhere. Where? I don't know. And by whom? I don't know. And what their purpose is for doing all this, if they're not Zero, I double don't know. This is getting really complicated, but that seems like the most likely scenario. I don't want Snake to be dead, and I guess another option is they just found some kind of secret passageway, because knowing Snake, that's possible, and knowing this game, and knowing this, how crazy the Mastermind is, he might put something like that in here, considering, you know, we're supposed to find our way out and whatever, but it's possible. I'm starting to talk fast. It's because I'm getting excited. But, I don't know. I really want to know. I really want to know. Who are you? If not out of the question. Junpei stared at Santa. There was something about him that made Junpei wary. At first, he'd assumed the other man wasn't terribly clever, but Junpei was beginning to think he would need to reevaluate the assessment. You mean Santa? When Santa spoke again, his voice was quiet. Look, if you trust anybody in this game, you're gonna lose. What? You've got to be careful. The person you trust the most could turn out to be the one who stabs you in the back. Is that foreshadowing that June's gonna be evil? Maybe? I don't know. With that depressing suggestion, he turned and quietly walked away.